So hello everyone, so welcome again to this YouTube channel. So today I am going to cover this topic, that is stale element reference exception. So trust me guys, this is most important topic and frequently asked in the interviews. So today we are going to cover what is stale element reference exception and why this exception occurs, what are the different reasons, and how we can resolve this exception if it occurs in our scripts, and what are the different types of questions that can be asked related to this topic. So let's get started. So now what is stale element reference exception? So stale keyword means old, decayed, and no longer fresh. So now when JavaScript Ajax updates the page between the find element and the click call, then you will get stale element reference exception. So let me reiterate it and let me explain you a bit more. So what here JavaScript and Ajax call means. So Ajax call is it allows a web page to retrieve small amount of data from server without reloading the entire page. So whenever an Ajax call happens between when you locate the element using find element and you trying to perform any Selenium action on that element, so then stale element reference exception occurs. So when there is one thing when you're locating the element, there is other thing when you're performing any action on that element. So in between these two processes, if Ajax call happens, then your element gets old and decayed. So that's why it gives us stale element reference exception. So stale element means you are trying to access the element that is no longer attached to the DOM, that is no longer present anymore. So that's what stale element exception is. So I'm going to show you that how stale element reference exception can occur. So I am currently on demo site. Suppose you navigated to this site and you pick this locator and pick this text and you put assertion that we are on this page. Okay, so then after that you clicked on this login button and it navigate you to the another page and you performed some action by putting some email and putting some password, and then you log into that page and then you close this tab and again you navigate to the same landing page, and now you trying to get this text and put the same assertion, then it can give you stale element reference exception because you navigated to other page and then you came back to again to same page. Till then an element can get old and decayed. So that is example that I'm showing you. I'm not showing you it by Selenium. So this is just an example guys. This is not that I'm saying that it will not pick. It can pick, I'm not sure, but that is that in these type of cases this exception can come. So why this exception occurs? So the first point is referenced web element has been deleted completely. So recently I have shown you that I moved from home page to another page and then I again came back to the home page and trying to access that element. So in that case, interaction with the element is subsequently failed because you navigated to another page and that will result into stale element reference exception. So the second point is referenced element is no longer attached to DOM. Suppose any node is deleted from the DOM, so its elements reference will be invalidated. So in that case, you are going to get this stale element reference exception. So now the next thing is how to resolve this exception. So we have 5 points. First is using page factory model. B is relocating web element. C is refreshing the web page. D is using try catch block, and E is using expected conditions. So I'll be covering it one by one. How we can escape this exception using page factory model, I have already shared this in one of my video, POM versus page factory. So you can refer to that video. I'll share that video in description. So the another one is relocating the web elements. Let me show you this in Eclipse how we can do this. So here right now I am on Eclipse. So I have one scenario with me. So here I am logging into the application and then I am picking the text on the home page. Then I have put one assertion that okay, that I am on the home page. and then I move to another page and then again navigate back to the home page. I haven't written code for these two. So then when I came back to home page and again I am trying to put the same assertion to verify that I am on the home page, I have reached to the home page. Okay, but in this case, it may throw stale element reference exception because element that you have find, you initially you find it and you then navigate it to another page. Now when you'll try to access the same element, that interaction can be failed, right? So now how can I resolve this? So you can resolve it, you can again locate this element when you navigate back to home page. If you again locate this element and now put it one, and now you pick this text and you will be able to resolve this exception. So this is how. Okay, let me put this first. Okay, so I have covered this second point, relocating the web element. When you navigated back to the home page after you moved to another page, you relocated again web element and then you performed some Selenium action on that. So that's how you can escape stale element reference exception, by relocating the element. So now third point is refreshing the web page. So let me show you how you can do this in Eclipse. So now you can simply put refresh method here, driver dot. If you are still getting exception, navigate dot refresh. Refresh the page and try to relocate the web element. You can escape stale element reference exception by this way as well. So now fourth option is using try catch block. Let me show you this on Eclipse. So here I have used try and catch to escape the stale element reference exception. If you see here, I have put one for loop starting from 0 up to 2. So in this case, how it will work is it will first try to locate the element. If it didn't find the element, it will go to exception. It will give you exception. Again, loop will start from 1. Then again, it will try to relocate the element. So overall, it will try to relocate the element 3 times. And even if it found the element within the first go, it will just break it here and come out of the for loop. So you'll make 3 attempts with the for loop. So that's why that's how you can use it using try catch. So now last option is using expected conditions. Let me show you this on Eclipse. We can use expected condition to escape the stale element reference exception. So here I have one web element with me. Suppose I want to use expected condition to escape the stale element reference exception. So I need to write WebDriver wait. So guys, I have already covered one video on different types of wait in Selenium. So if you have any doubt related to this WebDriver wait, all the waits, so you can check it out. So okay, so let me put wait here. So let me show you that how you can use until we have expected conditions, then dot refreshed, then we have expected conditions. Just give me a second. Expected conditions dot staleness of web element that we have already located. So here, that's how you can use the expected condition to escape the stale element reference exception. So let's see what we have next. So next section is a frequently asked question in the interviews. So first question is, what is stale element reference exception? So we have already covered this in detail. So second question is how to resolve stale element reference exception. So that also we have already covered. So third question is stale element reference exception versus no such element exception. So no such element exception is basically when find element that we use in our script is not able to locate the web element, then we'll got no such element exception. And stale element reference exception, I think we have already covered. So guys, this was all from stale element reference exception. I hope you liked the video. Please do share the video if you find it enough insightful. Thank you.